otherwise he'll screw it all up. Yes, Tuesday, February 22.
Today's game features the Bulldogs of Adrian College versus the Alma Scouts. At this time, we would like to take a moment to honor the men's basketball senior class of 2022. Our first senior is Austin Harris, escorted by Lisa Doctor and Dan Harris. Austin graduated with a major in business management. After graduation, Austin planned to obtain a real estate license while job shadowing for a real estate company. Austin would like to say the following to his teammates: be patient and keep working hard. Your time will come. Here's what Coach Clark had to say about Austin. Austin has been a part of the program in various aspects over his 4 years here. As a player, Austin was a competitor and deep ball shooter who didn't hesitate to let you know if you left him too open. As a senior this season, he has embraced a new role and has helped the program out in various other ways, including, I think, one of his favorite duties being the team DJ at the beginning of practices. His constant encouragement, questionable song selection, and competitive personality have been a great asset to the program and will be missed. Next up is Mason Gardner. Mason is by his parents, Michelle and Gary, as well as his siblings, Dalton and Gordon. Mason will graduate with a major in physical therapy. After graduation, he will be taking a gap year before continuing his academic career at a graduate program to obtain his doctorate in physical therapy. Mason would like to say to his teammates, value relationships that you build while being a part of the team. The relationships I've built with my teammates, past and present, are the most valuable part of my collegiate career. Hold on tight to those friendships. Here's what Coach Clark had to say. When you think of the word student athlete, Mason is a prime example of what that means. Mason has been a driven student throughout his 4 years and has pushed himself and his time management skills to the brink. Not only has he been a great student, but he also brings the energy and hustle to practices that every team needs in order to succeed. He has turned himself into a great role model for our young men with his hard work and dedication. While most are excited to be done with school and start a job, in true Mason form, he can't get enough of it. We know because of his work ethic, he will be successful in PT school and beyond. Our next senior is Alex King. Alex is joined by Adrian King. After 40 years at Alma, Alex is graduating with a major in marketing and a minor in new media studies. After graduation, he plans on pursuing a full-time marketing position and working in his hometown of Grand Rapids. Some advice from Alex for his teammates: enjoy every moment. Don't take any moment for granted. Here's what Coach Clark had to say about Alex. When I think of Alex, I think of an individual who got the most out of college experience that one person could. He's one of the most driven, outgoing, and passionate people that I have ever had the pleasure of meeting. He brings all those traits to everything he does, whether that's school, clubs, organization, or our team. He is all in, 100%. He's been a constant positive voice every day and has been a great role model for the young men on the team. We're going to miss Alex's leadership and passion that he has for success. No doubt he will be successful in whatever endeavor he chooses. Next is Brandon Whiteside. And after graduation, will pursue a career in business administration. Here's what Brandon would like to say to his younger teammates. Do your best, improve every day, and have a positive mindset. Enjoy the moments and cherish the memories you make with one another. And now a few words from Coach Clark. We were fortunate enough to have Brandon transfer to us from Wisconsin Oshkosh going into his junior season. He brought with him a being tasked with guarding most teams' best guards this season. While defense doesn't get all the notoriety, Brandon never once complained about the game-to-game challenge. Brandon isn't really known for how much he says, but when he does say when he speaks up. Usually ending up with most of the team laughing. We'll miss Brandon, his toughness and his quiet, but awesome personality. Next up is Jack Poling. Jack is escorted by his parents, Mark and Jenna, his brother Andy, his sister-in-law Lauren, his uncle Mike, and his niece Ivy. Jack will graduate with a major in secondary education as well as mathematics. He is also a minor in physics. After graduation, he plans on being a high school math and physics teacher. Some advice from Jack for his teammates would be find meaning in basketball outside of personal or team performance, and always find aspects of the game to improve on. Here's what Coach Clark would like to say about Jack. Jack came to us all the way from Oregon going into his sophomore year. He's been nothing but a joy to coach and brings a goofy personality that everyone loves to be around. Between leading Big Jack's team hot yoga sessions on those days that we were in the store, he was incredibly talented, sometimes slightly awkward dance moves after draining the tree. We're going to miss walking into the gym every day and seeing his energetic, positive self. Personally, I will miss our talks in my office and him helping me become a better coach. Next is Isaiah Williamson. Isaiah is joined by Isaiah will lead Alma in management marketing. He plans to pursue a career in marketing after graduation. Isaiah would like his teammates to know, don't be afraid to be great. Do all the things it takes to be what you want to be. Here's what Coach Clark had to say about Isaiah. When I think about the type of person I would want my future sons to grow up to be like, I think about Isaiah Williamson. He's one of the most kind-hearted, team-first guys I have ever been around, and he brings a positive attitude to practice every day. He's become a mentor to our younger guys and is always willing to talk and help them out. As a player, we know Zeke as a knockdown scorer who will make you pay for being a half a second late on the closeout. We will miss his positivity and unselfish attitude, and we know he will be successful in wherever life leads him. Next is Brandon Rake. Brandon graduated with secondary education and mathematics. He also has a minor in biology. After graduation, Brandon plans on becoming a teacher around his hometown of Whitehall, and he plans to help coach the high school basketball team as a way to further his sports career. Brandon would like his teammates to know always trust the process and to always have confidence in themselves to achieve their best. Here's what Clark has to say about Brandon. I couldn't be more proud of the type of person and player Brandon has turned himself into. He is a constant reminder of what a great teammate is and has continued to improve his leadership and his on-court skills every season. He's a great role model to our younger guys on and off court, and is always willing to give a helping hand or offer advice. I know our younger guys look up to him, and he has left a great legacy, not only in how to be a great teammate, but how to be a great person as well. And our final senior of the night is Cole Clyburn. Cole is Cole is majoring in marketing, and he plans to pursue a career in sports business for professional sports organization. Some advice from Cole to his teammates: never settle. Follow your dreams and don't let anyone tell you you can't accomplish your goals. And now here are some words from Coach Clark. Cole leads us as one of the most prolific scorers in school history. We've seen him have some of the best shooting performances in Alma history. As proud as we are of all that he has done in the statistical sense, though, I think we are equally as proud of the way he has matured as a teammate and a leader. He's grown into being a coachable, positive teammate and has learned how to hold himself accountable, all being traits that will continue to make him successful throughout his life. He has a drive to continually improve, and that will go well for him in the future. We will miss having him around to push our team every day. Congratulations to the graduating senior class of the Alma basketball team.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Alma Scots Basketball live on 104.9 WQBX with live video streaming at almascots.com. It's senior night here at the Art Smith Arena. The players just finishing up getting introduced, and it's a big MIAA clash between the Alma Scots and the Adrian Bulldogs. I'm Jeff Somerville, Topher Goggin alongside as we welcome you in to the Mercantile Bank Scots pregame show. And Toph, season winding down here. It's been a tough one for the Scots, but they've got a ton to play for all of a sudden after, they've been playing a little bit better. And then on Saturday, they played a lot better.
Well, we've kind of been telling people that the Scots team looked different over the last few weeks, and that, a lot of near misses, close battle with Hope, close battle with Trine, after beating Trine in the first go-around. And it just kind of felt like they were close to that breakthrough, and then we saw it on Saturday. Just as you said, they go down to Albion, hang an 84-57 win on the Britons. The Scots 21 assists against only 10 turnovers, which is just the complete inverse of the earlier season numbers that plagued Alma. This is an Alma team averaging 17 turnovers a game, and they turned it over 28 times against Trine and nearly won.
Well, and that's what Coach Clark and I talked about at the coaches show last Thursday. He said, what if we could only turn it over 15 times even? Where would we be? Mm-hmm. And you see where they can be if they limit those turnovers.
Well, and we were looking here. You talk about how important this game is. It's senior night, and the Scots are going to start an all-senior lineup. We believe, at least, there's some.
Yeah, people are going to say, "Why is it important?"
But this is a crucial game to next week's MIAA tournament. The MIAA tournament, 8 teams again this year because of the various scheduling challenges and everything. Meaning that everybody's in. Adrian's in, Alma's in, Kalamazoo's in, Olivet is in. So the whole bottom 4 don't have to worry about jockeying to get in. But positioning makes a big difference in terms of who you've got to play. Hope plays Calvin tonight for the league lead in the 206th edition of the rivalry, I believe is the number. But Alma right now, technically still in 8th place in the conference standings. But with a win tonight, a win against Kalamazoo tomorrow, if they could get that on the road against a Kalamazoo team that, frankly, is running on fumes, having had to play so many games after their 2-week COVID stoppage. And then a winnable game against Olivet on Saturday, a team that Alma took to double overtime before losing. If Alma got all 3 of those, that would finish the league season at 5-9 and a very legitimate chance of the 5 seed. They'd still be on the road, but they'd be looking at a game against either Albion or Trine. Both teams, as you pointed out, that they've already beaten on the road this year.
Yeah, it's important for them to somehow get to the 5 or even the 6.
Right. 2 wins, I think, probably gets them to the 6.
Probably so.
So that all, but it depends, I guess, on which 2 wins it is. And tonight was the most important one because Adrian comes in 4-8 in the league with a matchup with Trine on Saturday. If Adrian gets to 5 wins, they will be comfortably locked into, at worst, the 6th seed. Right. So it's important for the Bulldogs as well, who would like to stay out of a matchup against Hope or Calvin to start off their MIAA tournament season. It's an Adrian team that has endured a couple of lengthy losing streaks this season, lost 10 in a row at one point, had lost 6 in a row until last weekend when they knocked off Kalamazoo. On the other hand, they played their best game of the year against the Alma Scots, scoring 108 points, which is the most points that they have scored since at least 2007. That doesn't mean I went back and found a better game in 2006. That's just where I got bored and stopped going back. That they had not scored that many points at all. Just a second-half explosion. Alma was within 5 at the half, and then Adrian lit it up after the break and took it to the Scots 108-80. And so Alma would very much like to not see a repeat of that performance today.
Yeah, they gave up 108 to Adrian, and then a week later gave up 55 to Trine.
That's true.
Yeah. And ever since then, the defense has gotten stronger and stronger. There have been a number of games where they've held teams down, certainly below the season average.
Sure, you just take a look at the numbers since the Adrian loss. The next game is 96 to Olivet, but that's misleading because that's in double overtime. So Olivet at the end of regulation, considerably fewer points than that. Then 55 against Trine. They did give up 89 to Hope, and that was kind of the hiccup game. But then 66 to Albion, 79 to Hope, 62 to Trine, 83 to Calvin, and then 57 to Albion. Yep. So you're right. It's been a different gear for the defense. Tell you what else has been different for the Scots, though, Jeff, since then. the three-point shooting. Over their last 5 games, Alma 44 for 112. That's almost 40% as a team. Team that at one point was shooting below 30% from 3 on the year, and a couple of individuals who have led the way in that. You look at Nate Diamond since the Adrian game. He went 4 of 5 against Adrian, 13 of 21 from 3 for Diamond. And Cole Cliver, in his last 33 attempts, 18 of 33. So the Scots have really found the range from the outside, and that has been vital to their resurgence. Cliver had a tremendous game on Saturday against Albion, 27 points, 5 of 9 from three-point range in that one.
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten better and better since returning from the injury, and he may be the vessel that leads them to that 5 or 6 seed. And like we've said, there's not anybody in the MIAA that wants to see the Scots in the tournament, particularly if all of a sudden they're on a winning streak going in.
That's right.
If they happen to win these last 3, which would make it a 4-game winning streak going into the tournament, give this team confidence. They could run it. They could legitimately run the thing and win the tournament.
I mean, that's an interesting point. I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves here, but many times you look at a conference tournament and you say, well, look, there's a couple of winnable games here, but they're not going to beat those guys. There is a nationally ranked team at the top of the standings or something like that. That's not the case in the MIAA.
No.
That you look at the overall rankings of Hope and Calvin, they're good. They're 17. Both teams are 17-6, but they're not otherworldly. Calvin took it to Alma when Alma was struggling back in early January, but that second game, 83-70, was pretty close. It was tied 27 apiece before a Calvin run, and Alma put a real scare into Hope. That came down to the final minutes. Frankly, if there's a traveling call when Evan Thomas fell down in the backcourt, which was very, very close, if that's a travel and Alma gets the ball back down 4 in the final minutes,
who knows what would have happened then?
Yeah, that could look very, very different. So, Alma gets itself, a seed that's a little more favorable to get an easier starting game and get some confidence rolling. They could be 3 wins away from being in the NCAA tournament with 9 wins.
I know it sounds crazy, but that's just how this team's playing now.
That is absolutely right. We'll keep an eye, of course, on that Hope and Calvin game tonight, just because there's a lot of fans who are interested anytime those teams square off, one of the great rivalries in all of Division III sports. So we'll keep track of that.
One thing that's going to be interesting here tonight at the Art, it's going to be loud in here. There's a lot of people here.
Very big crowd because of senior night. The reason that we're a little late coming on the air is that the Scots have honored their seniors. There was about 25 of them. Actually 7, but a really nice ceremony with comments from Coach Clark, individual stories about every single senior, and we had a chance to honor them. We're going to play the national anthem. We'll take a quick commercial break. Be back right after this. Back here at the Art Smith Arena at Alma College, live on 104.9 WQBX, live audio streaming at WQBX.biz and video streaming through almascots.com and YouTube. And we want to give a shout out to Peyton Miller. If you've been watching these live streams on video this year, all of those graphics that you see, which have taken such a huge step forward, that is her work. She is seated right to our left and puts a ton of effort in. So I want to make sure that she gets the acknowledgement that she deserves for bringing this stuff to you game in, game out on elmascots.com. Jeff Somerville, Topher Goggin with you live as the starting lineups will be announced. We've been told that the Scots will start 5 seniors. There was some confusion in the book as to whether or not that was going to happen for sure, so we'll make sure that that's who they actually announce. But who we anticipate is Alex King, Brandon Whiteside, Cole Cliver, Isaiah Williamson, and Brandon Rake. And then we think that the other 2 seniors, Jack Poling and Mason Gardner, will be the first subs into the game. So really nice to continue that long-time senior night tradition of getting the graduating crew out there. For Adrian, Diavion Price and Connor Pelham provide the 1-2 scoring punch. They combined for 37 in the win against Kalamazoo on Saturday. That includes 22 and 10 boards from Pelham. Adrian also sports the MIAA's assists leader in Jalen Paul, 6.3 assists per game. Those are Ryan Stevens' numbers.
I was just going to say that same thing. Absolutely. That's an impressive number.
146 assists on the year, which puts him 3 off of Adrian's school record. So we'll try to keep track of that for the Adrian fans tuned in tonight. So those 3, along with Nick Seifert and Andrew Larson, the freshman out of Caledonia, averaging 8.7 a game. So should be a good matchup. Adrian struggles on the glass. That's another thing that Alma has jumped ahead with. And when Xavier Bargesser gets into the game, boy, has he been good on the glass lately, Jeff. 26 rebounds over his last 3. He's actually been the lone Scot in a little bit of a shooting slump, but he has been terrific elsewhere, and we'll see if he can continue that fine work on the boards, as this is an Adrian team, Jeff, facing a -8 rebounding margin per game.
That's huge.
It's a lot of shots to be giving up every game. You know, if you were to say, hey, we're going to play a basketball game, but your other team can come out and they can shoot 8 times before the game starts, that's tough to overcome.
Yes,
and that's one of the keys to the game for Adrian, is to hang tough with Alma. Alma almost dead even in rebounding margin, plus 0.8. So just about 1 extra rebound per game for Alma over the course of the year. But that's something Adrian will have to work on. Larson will jump it up against Rake, and we are underway on senior night here at Alma College. Tip 1 back to Whiteside, scoop through Cliver, and King gets it to Rake. 5 seniors who played together for 4 years out there on the floor right now. Rake down low, stripped but fouled, and that's Diavion Price picking up the early whistle.
Send Rake to the line right away. They sent Rake to the foul line 18 times in the first meeting between these 2.
Well, you know, that's a good point, and that's something that I wanted to point out, is that since that game, Rake has not shot very many foul shots. He had a 9 of 13 performance in the Olivet game, but after that, very, very limited attempts as he makes the first to give the Scots a 1-0 lead. And you wonder if some teams have kind of regretted that, because Rake is shooting 68% from the floor in the conference, 50 of 73 in conference play, and whether the Adrian strategy of, hey, be a little more aggressive with him and make him beat you at the line is the right way to go. On the other hand, Rake makes them pay with 2 free throws and an early 2-0 lead. Errant pass from Adrian almost goes out of bounds, and it does. Paul can't get there to save it. So Alma is the team who forces the early turnover.
Energy obviously will be high from the Scots to begin the game here on senior night. You've got 5 seniors out there on the floor, 2 more to come.
Yeah, and then you get to bring in somebody like Bargesser, fresh, maybe 4 or 5 minutes into the action. 3-point try, Whiteside from the corner, and the Scots lead 5-0.
Beautiful hit from Whiteside in the corner.
Alma very much with the start they want. Larson swings it around to Price for Adrian. Now Larson off the dribble in a high floater with the right hand, and good boy.
Wow.
Impressive rainbow.
Andrew Larson with a beauty.
Williamson in the right corner for the Scots. Scots' 3rd leading scorer, though, usually coming off the bench, gets the start tonight. Instead, it'll be King from the corner for 3. That comes up short. Rebound, and Adrian heads the other way, courtesy of Pelham. Price off the dribble, hounded there by Cliver. Cliver got a little piece of the shoulder, and Price wanted a foul. I understand why. Shot off to the left. Scots return with the 3-point lead. Cliver to Williamson, down low, high off the glass, too strong. Rebound off of the fingertips of Rake, and Pelham brings it back for the Bulldogs. Seifert, the Ohio product, takes it down the lane, goes with the left hand, blocked by Williamson. He couldn't save it. He lost it off his shoulder out of bounds, but that's about the cleanest block you're ever going to see.
Yeah, an emphatic block. Seifert just tried to go the distance, one-on-one matchup, and Williamson said no thank you.
Paul will inbound after Rake does some housekeeping. 18:20 to play, first half, 5-2 Alma early, inbounded to Price, and he's fouled by Whiteside.
Yeah, great inbounds play there. All Whiteside could do was foul him, make him earn it at the line. Got him in the back of the head, hurt him a little bit.
Not surprising to see that kind of
Maybe
feed.
the year even.
Yeah, I think you might be right. See that kind of feed, though, from Jalen Paul.
Sure.
Far and away the league assist leader. No good at the line for Price, a 72% foul shooter. Adrian as a team, 64% from the line, just slightly better than Alma at 62.4. Second from Price is good, and it's 5-3. Cole Cliver runs the point for the Scots in this all-senior lineup. Goes to Whiteside, who hit the triple, and now King. King fires it to Rake on the right side block, back through Williamson, a long two-point try, and that's good.
Such a good shooter is Williamson.
Pure as can be. Up comes Paul, dribbles in himself, backdoor cut, throws it right past Pelham. Pelham couldn't squeeze it on the backdoor cut.
Good strong defense from the Scots. Adrian trying to send a lot of guys to the basket on different cuts, different angles. Alma's been able to stop it so far.
One final already in MIAA men's basketball tonight. Albion over Olivet, 84-74. Here at 7-3, Alma against Adrian. 17:35 to play in the first half. Cole Cliver for the Scots, double team down low, feeds it out to Williamson. Isaiah puts it on the floor, drives in, kicks it across, Whiteside for another triple. This one no good. Rebound spiked out by Williamson, but it comes to Pelham. Pelham, a couple of big steps. I think a foul on the floor on King is going to be your call.
I think I heard the yell of no shot.
Shot did not go in anyway, but it will deny free throws. Harris Watkins, the first sub in off the bench for Adrian. Dayton, Ohio transfer from Heidelberg, getting his master's in sports management. Adrian's got a couple of master's level students on the team. Paul drives in, bounces it right, stolen away by Rake. 2-on-1 if they hurry, but the pass looking to get it over to Williamson, who might be a little more comfortable as a ball handler, just out of Isaiah's reach.
Brandon tried to bounce pass on the run there.
Adrian gets it back off the Alma turnover, trailing 7-3. Watkins to Paul, a couple of scooping dribbles, picks it up, goes left. Pelham, the big man with some range, and rattles home a triple. Connor Pelham, a 31% three-point shooter, gets his team back within one at 7-6. Rake double teamed over to King. Extra pass to Cliver, off balance three. Oh, my
that
word.
One didn't rattle in.
Gravity-defying shot finds its way out. And now down the lane, Seifert have a big running start. No good, rebound and a putback, and that one's going to count from Andrew Larson. Adrian takes its first lead at 8-7.
Tough little run there.
As predicted, Poling and Gardner in for Alma. Rake will take a seat. Foul was on Williamson. And we see Kendall Chrisman into the game. Terrific bench player for Adrian, had 16 points off the bench against Alma in that 108-80 rout last month. Three-point play good for Larson. He's got 5. Already outdoing the 3 he had against Kalamazoo, and then a big tangle down underneath at the Scots end. And this is going to go against Watkins, his first. 9-7 Adrian, their first lead. Alma led 5-0 and 7-3. Poling tries to get it right back to Cliver off the inbounds feed, and a great save by Watkins keeps the ball inbounds. 2-on-2, go the Bulldogs. Clicked back out to Watkins. There's the backdoor cut. Fed through a no-look feed from Larson over into the corner. Jumper Chrisman along the baseline, in and out. And Cliver flies through to get the board for Alma. Cliver finds Williamson. Nice take, too strong though off the glass. A lot of contact, no call. And here comes Bargesser for the Scots at the next whistle. Attempted steal, and Alma's going to actually get this. They knocked it right off of Chrisman's leg, I believe. So Adrian turns it over. Both teams a little turnover
Yeah.
prone here in the opening minutes.
A little jittery.
It's 4 Adrian turnovers and 2 for Alma.
That's
Just
that
4 minutes
rebounding
into
for
the
the Dogs, though, 7-2.
Yeah, we talked that's generally been a weakness in their stat line, but dominating so far tonight, and that's why they're up by 2. 9-7, Bargesser, who's entered for Alma, drives to the right baseline. Bounces it in the direction of Poling, never gets through because Larson took it away. 2-on-4 the other direction. Larson kicks it out. Watkins gets an open look at 3 over Poling. No good. Rebound kind of handcuffs Whiteside. Goes past him. Cliver grabs it for Alma. Cole thought about a pull-up 3. Drops it left to Whiteside instead. Whiteside to Bargesser. A spin. And a pass to Poling. The big man got to put it on the floor. Tries to toss it out. Almost takes the head right off of Larson. Ball loose. Finally, Larson's the one who scoops it up. And Alma with another turnover. Both teams really struggling to take care of the basketball. Lean in 3, gets the roll from Kendall Chrisman, and a timeout on the floor. Scots want a 30, 12-7 Adrian. We'll be back. Adrian, and it's actually Adrian who took the 30-second timeout. Interesting after the heat check 3 that they would pause it, but that's what Coach Tim Kaiser wanted to do. First full season, he took over mid-season last year, formerly an assistant in the program. And now an errant pass. Bargesser airmails it past Gardner, who has to just run it down in the backcourt. Scott's a little bit sloppy, and here comes some more subs. Gabe Bordeaux checks
the starting lineup in
Pearson. Essentially, that's true. What would be a traditional set of starters, other than maybe Whiteside.
Whiteside for Bordeaux, maybe.
Potentially, yeah. Kind of 6 for 5.
There's been a lot of starting lineups this year for Coach Clark.
Many permutations. Adrian leads 12-7. They're in the midst of a 9-0 run with 15 minutes to play in the first half. Harris Watkins against Moore Pierce. Tries to back his way down, then spins right, tries off the window, won't go. Rebound, rake, and an outlet to Moore Pierce. Moore Pierce, a sophomore forward out of Flushing. Over to Bordeaux, scooped inside, comes Cliver, no good. Rebound tipped out, and Moore Pierce runs it down. Everybody a little discombobulated, but Moore Pierce can't figure out a way to take advantage. And then he tries to rifle a pass, and it's right into the hands of Chrisman and stolen. Ahead to Pelham, inside, underneath Cliver, and the layup good. Pelham with 5, and it's a 14-7 Adrian lead. Tables have turned after the Scots' explosive start. Nice move by Moore. Pierce goes off the dribble to the left, sets himself up for an open jumper, but it spins away.
Scots can't buy a bucket right now.
Another Adrian timeout as Pelham was on the floor grabbing the rebound. We'll pause, 14-7 Adrian. Leads Alma 14-7 early here in the first half from the Art Smith Arena. Alma had the early advantage, 5-0 and 7-3, but it's been all Adrian since then, using a dominant performance on the glass and capitalizing on 5 Alma turnovers that have turned into 8 Adrian points. Nolan Ansara from Lambertville, Michigan, checks into the game for Adrian. Fairly deep onto the bench for Coach Kaiser early. Josh Recksteiner also in. He had a terrific game against Kalamazoo with double figures on Saturday. And now onto the baseline exactly goes Kendall Chrisman.
Once in a while you can get away with that real quick, but not when the official is standing shoulder to shoulder with you.
Yeah, pretty much no. Bargesser feeds it underneath to Moore Pierce, tries to sling it sidearm in the direction of Nate Diamond, who has checked in, a Jenison native for Alma, but
it
out
hit
of bounds.
The super tall guy on his cell phone.
Adrian by 7 in what looks like a football score. Adrian got the win over the Scots down at Adrian in football last fall. And Sarah hands off to Rechsteiner. Now to Watkins. 15 on the shot clock as they go inside to Crispin. Another backdoor cut, and Ansara high off the window and good. Nice play by Nolan Ansara. And Adrian with its biggest lead now 9. Rake along the baseline, spins right, spins left, kicks it out to Diamond. Over to Moore Pierce, 4-3, well short. Rebounded by Rechsteiner. Scots can't buy one.
No, just shooting 20%.
Lob down underneath and the finish from Seifert, and now it will be an Alma timeout. Ryan Clark wants a full. Adrian continues its run, now 15 unanswered. We'll be back. Scots change their mind and go with a 30-second timeout. But regardless of how long the stoppage is, they got to find themselves some offense.
Oh, golly, do they ever. Just 2 for 10 from the floor, 1 of 5 from downtown, getting out rebounded 9-5. A lot of problems right now, and 7 turnovers already.
Break to Bordeaux. Remember, Alma turned it over only 10 times the entire game on Saturday. Bordeaux being basically held by Tiavion Price. Just dribbles through it, a kick out. Bargesser for 3, no good. Still looking for that elusive make. That's 21 misses in a row. Outside, Watkins, or down the lane rather, Watkins, and over his own head with a little hook shot, good. 20-7, Adrian. Pierce for Alma. Bounces it back out to Diamond.
Adrian's gotten into a situation now where everything they throw at the basket's going in, and that's got to start to feel a lot like the first game.
Certainly a game where they lit it up with 59 in the second half. Now a steal and a long outlet to Rechsteiner. Adrian getting everything to go right, and now leading by 13 as the Scots get ready to bring Williamson and Cliver back in. Watkins off the dribble, jumper in the lane, no. Rebound to Rake. And Bargesser from Grass Lake brings it up. Who will provide the spark to get the Scots rolling again? Inside, Bargesser tries to back it down. Fall away over the top of Watkins. No, that one rattles out.
You don't want to fall away on that one. You want to go right strong to the basket.
Rechsteiner off the dribble in. Pinballs off of Rake. No such luck. Hits the deck, but that was well after. Oh my, Bargesser got away with the double dribble. And up come the Scots. Diamond from the corner, 3, no good. Bargesser rebound, put back, and that's what he's done so well recently.
Yes, it is. That one was too easy for Alma right there.
Bargesser makes it 20-9. With 11:07 to play in the first half. Ansaro on the right side baseline for Adrian. Back out, Rechsteiner, a little pump fake, goes to Watkins. On the right elbow. Dribbles to the baseline, looking over his shoulder, and then tries to sling it across, but right into the arms of Diamond for a steal. Diamond down the lane all the way and up off the window and good.
What a take by Nate Diamond, known more for his three-point shooting.
We talked about that he's 13 of his last 21, a loose ball at the Adrian end, last touched by Alma, despite a number of opinions in the other direction from the folks wearing the white jerseys.
Bargesser poked it out right between the legs.
Bargesser takes a seat after that nice putback bucket 2 possessions ago. Moore Pierce to the bench as well. It'll be Cliver, Rake, Williamson, Bordeaux, and Diamond for Alma, trailing 20-11. From the top of the key, Diavion Price off to the left on a 3-point attempt, rebounded by Rake. Rake, the brightest spot in the rebounding department for Alma so far, already with 5. Cliver to Bordeaux. Takes a look towards the basket, doesn't find much. Hands off Diamond, looping back to the right. Closes to the right baseline, bounces it across into the lane for Williamson. Kicked back out, Diamond open look for 3. That one's off to the right, almost banked it home, and now a foul on the rebound. Did Rake get a little piece of Ansara there? It is Rake. Rake's first. Rake, one of 7 Alma seniors honored tonight on senior night. Looking to become a school teacher, maybe head back to the Whitehall area where he grew up. 10 minutes to play in the first half. Driving in, Connor Pelham. No shot, and a foul on the floor against Bordeaux, I believe. 5th Alma team foul. Rebound still 12-9 in favor of Adrian. They lead by 9. Looking to get it in. A lob over the top to Ansara. Now to Seifert, who's returned. He dribbles past Whiteside, picked up by Williamson. All the way to the right side of the rack, and Williamson with another block.
Yeah, that's not gone well for Seifert so far.
Seifert's going to be looking to send somebody else down there against number 32. Seifert makes the catch off the inbounds pass. Tries Pelham to see how he fares. Pelham has it stolen away by Whiteside. Whiteside up to Williamson, lobs it down low. Rake through a double team, passes it back out. Cliver finds Williamson at the foul line, drives fall away from the lane, a little bit short. Rake tips it out, but right in the direction of Price.
Scots are falling into some habits that Coach Clark does not want them to have, mainly falling away from the basket.
And what an off-the-dribble take. Diavion Price weaves through traffic all the way to the rim and scores 22-11. Alma inside Rake, lefty hook fouled.
Probably going to get Ansara.
Rake, who hasn't actually been scheduled or credited with an official shot attempt yet, fouled on both of his tries. You are correct about Ansara picking up the call. Rake 43% from the line this year, but 3 for 3 tonight.
I think the Scots need to continue to pound the ball inside to him.
Well, you talked about him going to the line 18 times, only going 8 for 18 in that game down at Adrian. He still had 24 points before all is said and done. Second try from Rake doesn't get the roll. Adrian nearly knocks it back in as Crispin grabs the rebound. Outlet to Paul, going to try to take it all the way himself. Gets underneath the basket, passes it across. Larson cannot get a shot up, though. Back out through Crispin to Diavion Price. Price spinning down the lane. What a move to go around Cliver, and the layup is good. The body control looked like he was over at the Olympics in figure skating with the spin. Diamond going to try to do it as well, but he stumbles on the drive, kicks it across to Whiteside, back to Diamond. Wide open 3, look, no. Short off the rim and rebounded by Paul. Jalen Paul this time all the way coast to coast, but tries the layup. Good job by Diamond to get back and defend that. Whiteside will come up and a foul against Price, and that's his second. I know it's been a relatively clean game for Adrian in the foul department. 2 right there on Diavion Price. Their number 2 scorer on the season at 14.4 a game.
Yeah, he ran straight to the bench after that one.
May have known what was next in the substitution pattern. 24-14, Adrian with 8 minutes and change to go in the first half. Inside, and Paul got hung up on got hung up on Whiteside, called for the Adrian foul off a beautiful backdoor feed to Whiteside.
Thought for a moment they weren't going to blow the whistle on that one.
Diamond now will look to get it in for Alma along the baseline, throws over the top to Rake, who's flashed out near the top of the key. Rake back to Diamond. Big screen from Rake, but he closes back quickly, over to Williamson. Jumper from 9 feet. Kind of an awkward setup, but an offensive rebound as Rake grabs yet another. Rake second in the league in O boards. Cleaning him up tonight. Off to Diamond, and that one as pure as can be.
If he got enough of them, he was going to hit one.
1 for 3. Weren't going to miss 3 times in a row. Pelham, a couple of big steps.
Wow, boy, Williamson could have been called for a flop there.
Yeah, he tried to take the charge. They just let him play on. The shot no good. Alma the rebound inside Rake through the double team. Shot won't fall. And the rebound ripped out of Rake's hands by Pelham. He races up, but there's nobody with him. Waits for the trailer. That's Crispin. Triggers a 3. Well.
Oh. So long it almost went off the Scots out of bounds.
Yeah, Whiteside did not see that coming. He almost took it off the chin. Now Alma to Cliver. Steps in.
Oh, look out.
Cliver had been held scoreless for nearly 13 minutes, but he's got his first three, and Alma's within 6 at 24-18. Harris Watkins for Adrian. To Paul, the assists leader. Scott's waiting with 3 subs at the scorer's table. Under 7 minutes to play in the half. Paul up top. He'll try the deep three. A little side spin on that one, and it bounces away to the right. Rebound for Williamson, and Cliver comes back. Wanted the step back. Goes inside to Rake instead, and the strong move from Brandon won't go, but he's going to get another chance, and this one might be worth 3. Counted and 1 for Brandon Rake, who's got 5 in the first half.
Good post move by Rake. Got the first one up. Didn't get her to go. Easy rebound, put back, count it. Scott's on a nice run here now.
More Pierce and Bordeaux come in. Poling waits for Rake if he makes the free throw. Foul is on Larson. And is the 6th Adrian team foul, so into the bonus on the next one. Paul takes a seat. 1 assist so far. Remember, he needs 3 for the Adrian school record, single season. And Rake again from the line, where he's now 4 of 5. And a 6-point first half, and Alma's clawed back from 12 down, back within 3. It's a 9-0 Alma run. Larson dribbling in against Poling, falls back near the foul line, shot just a bit long, flying through Bordeaux, pulls it down for Alma. Whiteside brings it back. Bordeaux trails the play, scoops it up. Now to Moore Pierce. Landed between the legs, being hounded up at the top of the key. Kicks it out to Cliver. Whiteside from the corner. Jab step, pulls that toe back behind the line, and cans a triple, his 2nd of the game.
All tied up.
24 apiece, a 12-0 Alma run to answer the 15-0 Adrian run from earlier. Pelham will swing it all the way around the perimeter. Now inside, Crispin jump hook, no. Cliver with the rebound, and Alma will have a chance to take the lead. Cliver speeds down the lane. Pelham went for a steal. Cliver couldn't get the kick out to Bordeaux, though. Keeps his dribble alive, just heaves it up. Not sure what the plan was there. I think that Cliver was worried he was going to fall down, but just had to get it out of his hands. Adrian gets the rebound. Back the other direction to Larson. Larson tries to take Poling off the dribble and traveled with it. Tried to spin and change pivot feet, and it did not work.
No, and as he tried to spin, Cliver drilled the basketball, and it caused him to lose the balance there. Cliver saying he got kneed on the other end is what happened.
Ah, okay. I mean, he definitely tumbled backwards and just kind of awkwardly threw the ball up, and maybe he thought that he was going to get a foul call in the process. Poling for Alma, hands to Cliver. Down to Bordeaux in the corner, kicked across onto the right side to Whiteside. Anytime Whiteside's on the right side, it's difficult. Poling got the feed and missed. Rebound Adrian, still tied here at 24, 5 minutes to play. Deep 3-point attempt, Rechsteiner, that bounces away. Moore Pierce pulls it down for Alma. Alma's fared better in the rebounding department after the huge early deficit. And now Moore Pierce off the dribble, goes right around Larson and gets to the rack and scores.
Went by everybody.
Rebounds now 19-18, so Alma has closed within 1. They lead by 2 off the dribble. Rechsteiner closes and fouled from behind.
Moore Pierce got beat, had to commit the foul.
Probably the right decision.
Yes.
On that one. Rechsteiner has not missed at the foul line all season and gets the bounce on that one.
Yeah, maybe not the guy you want to foul, but.
3-point shooting winner at Del Johnson's Let's Get It camp. He knows how to throw it in the bucket. Give him both there. And Adrian ties things back up at 26. 4:25 to play in the first half. Alma has trailed by 12. They're back into a tie ball game now here at home on senior night. Moore Pierce underneath the bucket, tried to spin it into the reverse, but Poling's there to clean it up. Alma back to a 2-point edge. 28-26, 4 minutes to play in the half. Ball to the right. Pushes the pass over in front of the Alma bench. Rechsteiner closes to the elbow, fires and misses. Whiteside the rebound, and Ryan Clark wants his team to run. Whiteside will do it all the way in. Layup, no. Pelham pulls down the rebound for the Bulldogs. A long lead pass up. Oh my gracious, I'm not sure Larson was the intended receiver, but he makes a fingertip catch and lays it in.
That was pretty.
He's got 7. Alma goes down low, pulling mishandles, but keeps it in bounds. Back to Moore Pierce on the right wing, cross court all the way to Bordeaux. Thought about a left wing 3. Drives to the baseline, then underneath, Cliver snuck in, and it turns into an and 1, courtesy of a Rechsteiner foul.
Cliver just camped out at the low block.
I don't know if you saw the reaction from Rechsteiner, but it couldn't have been a surprise for the foul whistle. I think that was a where did this guy come from?
I think
Not
so.
my man.
I think it's got to be.
So Cole Cliver with the cloaking device. And Alma by 2, 30-28.
He was on that block for a while. I was watching.
Cliver from the line, gets the roll. Cliver finally with enough attempts to be back, considered the MIAA's free throw shooting leader at 92.6%. Didn't have that title despite clearly having the best numbers, just didn't have enough qualifying attempts. Now he does. Alma by 3, 31-28. 3:09 to play in the first half. Nolan Ansara back in there along the right baseline, lobs it cross court to Larson. Larson one-on-one against Rake, dribbles it off his shoe, has to kick it back out. Shot clock down to 3. Driving right.
Doesn't see it.
Seifert just throws it up. He did see it, but he didn't draw the rim, and I think you're right that he didn't see it soon enough.
I think that Adrian needs to go back to Price. They have not been the same team since he hit the bench with those 2 fouls.
Obviously always a judgment call. 2:50 to play in the first half. Alma now up 3 after trailing by 12. Whiteside to Moore Pearson inside to Ray. Didn't try to go past Ansara, kicked it out instead for a Cliver 3. Let's see if it counts. There's a foul underneath. Bucket good.
Foul will be on Moore Pierce.
Yep. So Moore Pierce with his second, but the 3-pointer good for Cliver, who after being held scoreless for the first 13 minutes now has 9. It is a 1-and-1 for Adrian though, as it's the 7th Alma team foul. Jalen
Well, the good part about that is the basket counts. You don't want to take the 3 off the board.
Jalen Paul will go to the line. It's 2 on Moore Pierce, so he sits down. Diamond comes back. Paul, another one of the master's students on this Adrian Ball Club, transferred from U of M Dearborn, misses from the line though. Rake the board, yet another board for Rake here in the first half. He may have double digits before the half is done.
He can be close. He's got 9 of them.
Cliver against Pelham, scoops to Whiteside, now Diamond. Down low, double teamed Rake, kicks it across, tried to get it to Whiteside, stole it away by Paul. He's gonna have to wait as the Scots defense is back very quickly. Off to Ansara, now Pelham, he tried from long range before, this one won't go.
There's 10.
10 first half rebounds for Brandon Rake. Down, Cliver, spins, fires, front of the rim, back of the rim, everything but in. Pelham the board, Alma by 6, 34-28. Pelham this time will speed in, runs into Bordeaux and an offensive foul.
He didn't know Gabe was there.
I think you're right.
Caught the ball with his back to the basket and went to make the move, and Bordeaux was just right there, and he had no idea.
I'm not sure who the other Scots defender was, but basically Pelham was spinning away to his left to get away from someone else, and just as you said, Bordeaux was camped out like he was in line for concert tickets and stood there and took the charge. 34-28 Scots, 1:40 to play first half. Whiteside to Rake. Cliver against Pelham. Uses the left hand, dribbles in, goes back to the right through the lane, then into the right corner. Diamond open, 3-point look. In and out, no good. Multiple Bulldog rebounders there. Come away with it. Watkins inside, little spinning jumper, no good from Seifert. Rebound for Bordeaux. Scott's gonna see if they can extend this 6-point lead. An 18-point turnaround from 12 down to 6 up. Break out to Diamond. All the way around to Cliver. Bordeaux gets a turn.
They're doubling Rake every time he gets it in the post now.
Diamond feeds it to Whiteside, pump fake, 4 on the shot clock, fall away jumper, squared it up and got it. Whiteside with 8. He's had so many games between 7 and 10 points recently, and he's there in the first half tonight. 36-28, Alma with its biggest lead now.
Have you noticed also that Rake has 4 assists in this game?
And now
and
a
a
shot
block.
block. As he takes that one away from Ansara. Brandon Rake filling it up in his last home game as a senior. 6 points, 10 boards, 4 assists, and it's still the first half. Less than 1 second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And Cliver looks like Elma's going to try to play it down and get the last shot. To his right, gives it to Rake on the screen and roll. Diamond speeds all the way in. He's going to lay it up and in with 4 seconds. Elma will take the points. Adrian's got to hurry ahead to Pelham. Fires from 35. Got the rim, but that's all. Alma by 10 at the half from 12 down. A 22-point turnaround on senior night. We'll pause, come back with the halftime show brought to you by Pizza One. Scots dominant in the second part of the first half. We'll be back in a bit. Pizza One halftime report live from Alma College, where Alma leads Adrian 38-28 after an up and down first half. Alma scored the first 5, led 7-3 as well. Then Adrian took over for a substantial period of time, jumping to a 24-12 advantage. Alma came back, tied up the game, actually took the lead at 26-24 and continued to pull away through the remainder of the half. So it's 38-28 now. And that, let's see, that's a 26-4 run if you do the math. That's quite a way to finish out a half if you're the Alma Scots.
Yes.
And big part of that was Alma neutralizing and then taking the lead in the rebounding battle, 24-22 after Adrian got almost all of the early rebounds. A lot of that due to the fact that Brandon Rakes already got 10 boards to go with 6 points and 4 assists. Tremendous first half for Brandon. And Alma just kind of found another gear. There was a period of time that you had sort of, you felt like the Scots were reverting to some old mistakes,
sure,
some old bad habits, and they kind of got that out of their system, and they were the better team for the final 6 or 7 minutes there.
Now, elsewhere, the Alma College women are in action, just getting underway midway through the first quarter, but an upset brewing down at Albion. The Scots lead Albion 8-2 with 4:13 to go in the first quarter. Albion, a little bit of trouble offensively so far, it looks like.
Well, that's very early in the brewing process.
That is very early.
That's kind of just preheating the oven, but a good start for Sammy Stormont's crew, and that would be back-to-back Alma wins against Albion, first in men's basketball and then women's, if the Alma ladies could pull that off as they continue to compete for their seed in the MIAA tournament. If you just joined us, MIAA tournament will be 8 teams on both the men's and women's sides this year. Alma in a position that they are currently in line for the 8th seed, but could rise as high as 5th if they win 3 times this week. It's a busy week of basketball for the Scots as they will head tomorrow to Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo just playing this frantic schedule to try to get everything in. And then a Saturday rematch with Olivet, a team that Alma fell to in double overtime, 96-88 here a few weeks ago. Adrian has one more regular season game left. That is against Trine on Saturday. Trine is playing against Kalamazoo right now and really taking it to the Hornets, 41-21 at halftime in men's basketball in that one. The other game of interest, the rivalry, off to a later start. I think that was an 8 o'clock tip at Hope at DeVos Fieldhouse. Hope leading Calvin 14-11. Still 13 minutes to play in the first half.
I'll bet you there's a lot of people there.
That's a fairly safe bet. Interestingly, though, for the longest time, the MIAA attendance numbers were Hope number one in the country.
Right.
And oftentimes Calvin also in the top 5. But it's a little bit of a change now. Hope is still number 1, but it is Trine, number 8 in the country. The last I looked, after the upgrades at the MTI Center that they've built, that beautiful facility down in Angola, Trine really putting some folks in the seats as well and finding themselves in the top 10 nationally in attendance numbers for Division III basketball. Nice crowd on hand tonight as well, with it being senior night. Recognition not just for the basketball team, but we've also had that for the Spirit Squad and for Cheer and Stunt and the dance team. So everybody getting their senior night recognition on this, the last formal men's home game of the year. And while the men may be able to move up the standings, they won't be able mathematically to get to the point that they could get a game at home, barring some strange first round upset. And then I think the semis are actually going to be at the leader site, right? Because that's Friday, Saturday semifinal.
So, yeah.
That's generally how that's worked in the past. I didn't check that. But
I think that's correct, yeah.
This, for all intents and purposes, will be the last time that these 7 seniors compete on this floor. And as we said, off to an awfully nice start, leading 38-28 at the half.
Fabulous start.
Run through the individual scoring numbers in this one. Cole Cliver leads the way for Alma with 9. Took him a while to get there, did not score till about the 7-minute mark of that first half. Brandon Whiteside had 8, including a couple of triples. Nate Diamond with 7, Brandon Rake 6, along with the 10 boards that we told you about. Landon Moore, Pierce, Jack Poling, Isaiah Williamson, and Xavier Bargasser all with 2. For Adrian, it's Andrew Larson, who had a torrid start to the game and really a nice half. 7 points on 3 for 4 shooting. Diavion Price, 5 points, had the 2 fouls, which limited his minutes. And you talked about Adrian just functioning better when he was out there on the floor. Connor Pelham, Elma will be delighted to have held Pelham to just 5. Kendall Chrisman, 3. Paris Watkins, 2. 2 from Rex Steiner, 2 from Nick Seifert, 2 from Nolan Ansara. Perhaps the most telling thing, Jeff, is that Alma holds Adrian to 28 points. This is a team that the last half of basketball Alma played against Adrian. Adrian scored 59 points.
Yeah, exactly.
Route to a 108-point total.
That's a significant difference.
Well, and you mentioned how Alma's defense has improved over the course of the last month or so, and that has shown again tonight. MIAA tournament starts next Tuesday. All 8 teams will be in action at home sites of the top 4. Right now, that's Hope and Calvin tied for the lead. Trine and Albion tied for 3rd. Those look to be the 4 teams that will host. It's just a question of whom they will be hosting. Adrian ball to start the second half. They trail by 10. They go to their leading scorer, Pelham, down on the baseline. He fires it out onto the perimeter, and it's an air ball 3 from Seifert. Not the start that Adrian wanted to start the half. Bordeaux, Cliver, Rake, Moore, Pierce, and Whiteside, the 5 for Alma to start the second half. They went with all seniors here on senior night to begin the game. Rake back out to Cliver, drives down the left side, spins in the lane, fires short. Rebound Bordeaux, might have gotten hit on that rebound, but keeps the play alive regardless. Over to Whiteside for 3. Started the first half with a big one. This one won't fall. And a high rebound out to Jalen Paul. Jalen Paul with just 1 assist so far. Remember, he needs 3 for the Adrian single season record. 147 and counting so far. Yavion Price working against Cliver. Kicks it over to Paul on the right wing. Paul spins, bounces it along the baseline. Miscommunication with Watkins, who was fully in reverse, or sorry, with Pelham, who was in reverse and could not get his weight back forward to grab that ball before it went out of bounds. Alma by 10, 18:51 to go in this one. Brandon Whiteside for the Scots, dribbles inside of Price and feeds it to Rake. Price for Adrian, crosses over against Whiteside, goes high with the rainbow in the lane, and it's rebound number 11 for Rake. Alma quickly up the floor to Bordeaux, circles under the basket, goes cross court for a corner 3.
It's gone bonkers if Cliver would have hit that one.
You are correct. Alma by 12, 40-28, early second half. Paul to Price, handed right back to Paul. Quick screen, Price now down the lane. Off to Pelham. Pelham tries to feed it through to Larson. It goes off a shoe and is stolen by Bordeaux. We'll update those turnover numbers the other direction. Or leans right, then spins left, misses the rebound. Rake count the putback and a foul.
Scots starting off the second half just as they started the first half with a burst of energy.
It's 12 Adrian turnovers now versus 9 for Alma, so the table's totally turned. Rake to the line where he's 4 of 5 so far and make it 5 of 6. Right, good point. Price along the baseline, that's a big bucket that Adrian needed badly. Nice little reverse layup, make it 43-30. Bordeaux lobs to Rake, fires it underneath. Cliver fouled by Pelham, who scoops Cole right back up after kind of running him down. Second Adrian foul of the half. Scots call off the play. And lob it into Rake. Spins and fires, and he's too strong.
The help from Pelham was late. Left it one-on-one with Larson.
Rake too much to cover in that type of environment. A feed inside for Pelham, knocked loose by Bordeaux. A scramble for it. There's the jump ball whistle. Possession arrow is Adrian's.
Looks like Alma's to me.
Oh, sorry, you are right.
I looked up the scoreboard to see if it was different there.
Nope. I just translated the direction wrong.
Well, arrows are hard.
Exactly. You never know which end you're supposed to look at. Well, it's the fact that they've got this light-up arrow.
You're used to the Alma High School paper arrow,
exactly.
So
This is too fancy. I don't know what to do.
Too much happening here at the Art.
Alma by 15 with the basketball. Cole Cliver to the left baseline. Underneath the bucket. Tries a reverse. Rake almost had another rebound knocked away from him. Finally secured by Seifert. 45-30 down the lane. Paris Watkins misses. Oh boy, from point blank range. Rake pulls down another. Bordeaux to the baseline. Underneath, feeds it. Cliver tries to tip it up, try to tip it in the direction of Rake. Ball loose and onto the baseline. Last touch by a flying through Larson. So this is Alma basketball. Crispin back in. That's somebody else that Alma's fared well against defensively, holding him just to 3 after 16 in the first matchup. Pelham held the 5 in the first half. He had 21 the first time these teams met. Whiteside from the top of the key.
Oh, great screen.
What a drive off that screen. Whiteside the finish in a clear open lane.
Rake with a high screen, cleared out too.
Price tries to answer with an off the dribble take. Nicely done for Diavion Price. Give him 9. Keeps his team within 15 at 47-32. Rake with a kick out, stolen away by Cypher. He's off to the races, but racing only against himself. 2 steps down the lane, up over the top of Bordeaux. Little dead roll, and it goes.
Adrian been pretty good in transition, keeping him in the ball game right now.
The Alma lead is 13. Landon Moore-Pierce scoops it to Cliver in the lane. Leans, got it, and 1.
Maybe not so much keeping him in the ball game because Alma's scoring at will right now.
Foul is on Watkins, his second.
Rake, Whiteside, and Cliver all in double digits now.
Only Cliver and Rake average double digits on the Alma roster. Williamson third at 7.9, Whiteside a little over 7. But everybody finding the opportunities tonight. Cliver good from the line again. Gives him 12 and the lead is 16. Down low, Pelham, nice take, and then another block from Williamson. He got a piece of that, I think.
Oh yeah, he did.
Cliver hit by a trap at half court, keeps it alive by passing it backwards to Moore-Pierce. Now the Scots cross the timeline, go down onto the low block to Rake. Williamson finds Whiteside across to Rake, mishandled it, had it taken out of his hands by Ansara. And now Price races ahead to the baseline. Stolen by Cliver, saved to Rake. Scots have numbers if they want, 3-on-2. Moore-Pierce goes over the shoulder, trying to find Rake, and Ansara ends up with another steal. Maybe some indecision as to which fancy version they wanted, and instead it's an Adrian bucket at the other end for Price and an Adrian timeout. Alma still by 14 though, 50-36. We'll be back. Alma by 14, 50-36 here in the second half against Adrian. 27 apiece in the Hope and Calvin game as those two teams fighting out another tight one, as it always seems to be. But Alma has only extended its lead here in the second half. It was 10 at the break and now 14. 14:51 to play. A win gets Alma to 4-17 on the season, but more importantly, 3-9 in the conference with still a shot at as good as a 5 seed in next week's MIAA tournament. Cliver for Alma off to Poling. He's going to square and fire from just inside the three-point line. And Whiteside flies through and spikes the rebound up into the bottom of the rim.
He was fouled from behind,
exactly, as he was fouled.
The Scots definitely are peaking at the right time.
Certainly.
If you want to choose a time to be playing your best basketball, it's headed into the tournament.
Yeah, and now starting to get, they got that win over the weekend. If they were to win here again tonight, sort of seeing the fruits of those labors, that they were in a spell that it had to be just seeing the improvement, even though it wasn't translating to wins, even though, I think everybody in the gym could tell this team was better than they had been a month before. Diamond for Alma as play goes on after the Price foul, which is his third. Williamson hands to Cliver. That familiar fall away three, no good. Price gets up high for the rebound. Outlets to Watkins. Watkins, the Heidelberg transfer. Stutter step down the lane. Williamson stays right with him. Looking for the little backdoor pass. Just has to hand it off almost on the bounce. To Price, lobbed inside, and Crispin gets an easy finish
Great
off a
pass.
defensive switch. 5 for Kendall Crispin. Almost lead down to 12. 50-38. 14 minutes to go. Williamson off the dribble against Crispin. Working towards the middle of the floor, tried to spin back towards the baseline, had it knocked out of his hands, just kept it alive though to get it out to Poling. Whiteside threw a Poling screen that left Pelham on his back. Now Cliver an open look, got it for 3.
That's a big one at the end of the shot clock there.
15 for Cliver off the extra pass, and Elma's lead back to 15. And Sara finds Watkins, now Price in against Whiteside. Strong move, count that and 1. Whiteside kind of says, what am I supposed to do?
Nothing he could do.
Not a whole lot. Javion Price now with 13. Price just a freshman.
Oh, he's going to be fabulous.
Originally from Port Huron, transferred to River Rouge. 1,000-point high school scorer. Free throw good to convert the 3-point play. Recksteiner returns for the Bulldogs. And Price will get a breather. Remember, he does have 3 fouls. Alma's lead back down to 12 off the 3-point play, 53-41. Poling through the circle, hands to Cliver, goes to his left, goes to the right hand and spins it in. A long finger roll from about 6 feet. Cliver's got 17. And Sara over to Pelham at the Adrian end. Crispin tries to back it down. Extra step off the pivot foot, get the layup, blocked it, and Williamson spikes the rebound, or the save going out of bounds, rather, right off of Crispin's back, and this is going to be Alma ball.
He didn't have anywhere else he could go with it, but off the back of the man who was already out of bounds.
Nate Diamond controls for Alma this time, drives all the way to the right baseline, but doesn't have an angle for a shot. His kick out stolen away by Crispin. Ball knocked loose in a 3-on-1 break. Watkins across to Crispin, pulls it back like a yo-yo away from Cliver and finishes. Nice play by Adrian in transition there. A couple of times that looked like it was going to go all wrong. Crispin just yanked that back. Alma by 12, 55-43. Poling up top. Bounces it through traffic. Cliver inside, blocked but fouled.
Ryan Clark's been working the officials for those fouls. Cliver and Clark both think he's getting fouled every time he goes in there, I think.
Cliver 17 on the night. Season high is the 27 that he had against Albion on Saturday. Three deliberate dribbles and a free throw win. As a solitary voice from Adrian says, gotta call it both ways. Taking advantage of the quiet at the gym.
Yes.
Second from Cliver, no good, a rare miss. Only his 5th free throw miss of the season. Alma's lead is 13. Down low, Crispin against Bordeaux. Dribbles in, pull up, shot just long, and a lengthy rebound out that was snared by a leaping Diamond. Diamond goes to Bargesser. Cliver finds Poling. Jack dribbles right and scoops it to Bordeaux. Over to Cliver, goes underneath Watkins, across the lane, all the way to the right side. A miss, but Poling the putback. That's way too strong from Jack. And Paris Watkins brings it back for the Bulldogs. Lobs it underneath, trying to find Crispin. What a feed, but Crispin can't get the layup. He's going to try again, though, off an offensive rebound. That's a miss as well, and Diamond pulls this one down.
They wanted some fouls there, certainly.
Yep, there was a lot of contact on that one. And Alma's going to take a timeout and talk things over. Lead for Alma is 13, 56-43. We'll be back. You had mentioned, Jeff, that Adrian looking for some foul calls after all that contact down underneath the basket. Tim Kaiser came out and spoke with the officials during that timeout, trying to provide an explanation of what he saw. Also, congratulations in order for 2 local high school wrestling teams, regional championships for Alma and St. Louis tonight. St. Louis, their first since 1995.
Really?
Over Hesperia. So congratulations to the Sharks and Panthers on that. Alma basketball out of the timeout. Diamond for 3 from the corner, no. And the rebound to Crispin as Adrian tries to claw its way back into this thing, and Crispin just dribbles all the way to the baseline, but can't turn the corner with the ball. The ball just keeps going straight. Newton's laws of motion in effect. And that one's out of bounds to Alma. Xavier Bargesser brings it up for the Scots this time. They continue to lead by 13 at 56-43. Adrian at 43 points, 3/4 of the way through this game after scoring 108 against Alma down there. Diamond bounced into the corner to Landon Moore Pierce, who's into the action. Sophomore Moore Pierce spins, pump fake, spins again, fall away jumper short, and the rebound Bargesser. He'll try the high glass, and he's got it.
Beautiful job by Bargesser to use the angle off the window for 2.
Watkins at the Adrian end and a whistle away from the action. I think Diamond got a little too much of Seifert. That'll be the first on Nate. And here comes Jalen Paul back for the Bulldogs.
Now it's Ryan Clark arguing his case.
Assist watch for Paul stays at 1. He needs 2 more for the record. Watkins to Pelham. Price up over the top of Bargesser with a 3-point try. Rattles away. Moore Pierce gets the rebound. Everybody from Adrian clears out. Moore Pierce going to try to take it coast to coast. Then the late pass to Diamond. A kick across through Bordeaux. Extra pass to Bargesser. Drives to the elbow. Leaves it to Moore Pierce. Final 10 minutes here of the season at the Art Smith Arena for the men's basketball team. And Brandon Rake with a layup finish. He's got 15. 15 points, 13 boards. Watkins, a beautiful take and a reverse layup for his 3rd and 4th points of the night at the Adrian end. 60-45, Alma goes inside to Rake. This time the double team works as Paul sneaks around, knocks the ball away, gets a nice outlet to Pelham. Foul called.
I don't think Bargesser touched him.
Yeah. Xavier called for the infraction. The ball rolled away at the last minute, so it'll be 2 at the line for Pelham, but not a possible 3-point play. Pelham had a great game, 20-14 in Adrian's win against Manchester. Adrian 5-18 on the season as he hits the first. Pelham also a transfer to the Adrian program from Spring Arbor, but that was a couple years ago before the 2019-20 season. And 2 for 2 at the line for the 6'4", 5th-year senior. 60-47, Alma's lead 14. It has hovered in the 12-15 range for quite a while now. Alma was up by 10 at the half after trailing by 12 in the first half. Moore Pierce looking underneath and a hold against Ansara.
Yep.
Leading his case, but not getting a receptive response. Second on Ansara, 6th Adrian team foul, so Alma into the bonus on the next whistle. Break off an inbound speed, a kick out, Moore Pierce, extra feet over into the corner, Bargesser for 3. This one won't fall. Rebound, Cliver, put back, gets him back to the line.
That's a great follow from Cole Cliver.
Jalen Paul with the foul. How's that Bruin upset you were looking
Well,
at?
that Bruin upset has seen a Scots 7-0 run to go into the half to take a 3-point lead, 22-19.
That's Alma women's basketball on the road at
Actually, more than a
Albion.
7-0. 9-0. 2, 4, 6, 9. I can't scroll down any further.
A lot of math. You need an abacus. Meanwhile, Cliver hits both here. Regardless, a nice run from Sammy Stormont's crew to retake the lead at Albion in the break. 62-47, Alma over Adrian here in men's basketball. 8:54 to play. Adrian with the ball in the hands of Paris Watkins at the moment. Goes between his legs, drives between two Alma defenders, blocked away by Bordeaux and the rest of the rim. Bargesser ahead, and then Watkins just with a casual reach.
Well, he's frustrated.
I think so. That looks very much like what you do at the end of the game when you're trying to commit a foul to stop the clock.
Now it's going to send Bargesser to the line.
Yeah, it's a 1-and-1 with still 8:42 to play. Bargesser, an over 70% foul shooter. Rake will be the only rebound. First free throw up and good from Bargesser. Had a brief power failure. The hamster took a breather in the wheel, but he's back running now. And Bargesser hits both. Had a brief power loss here in our system on the radio. We're back on. 63-47 off the two Xavier Bargesser free throws, and now we've got a timeout on the floor. We'll pause with Alma up by 16, 8:42 to play. Here at Alma College, where Alma leads Adrian 63-47. Sorry about the momentary power loss there. Nothing as exciting as what used to happen about 5 years ago when it appeared that the whole arena ran on one plug. And if it went out, the scorer's table, the scoreboard, the lights, everything would go out together. Not all of the lights, but a great number of them would all go out together, and everyone would just kind of wait and hope it would come back on. They've reconfigured that part at least. But it was very fun the first time it happened. Alma by 17 again. They've stretched it back out to 64-47. 8:35 to go. Alma looking for win number 4 on the season. Ansara sidestep to the left and a three-point hit. Nice shot there by Ansara. He's got 5, about double his season average. 64-50. Cliver to Williamson, going to try to answer with his own triple. This one off the back of the iron and into the hands of Connor Pelham. Pelham's 7th rebound of the night, coming off a double-double last weekend. Jalen Paul looking for somebody to get the ball to. That somebody is Diavion Price. Through to Ansara. Dribbles right, steps back, looking for another three. This one right with Rake in his face. And Nolan Ansara back-to-back triples, and the lead goes from 17 to 11 in a flash.
Yeah, that gets Adrian right back in it.
Williamson goes to Cliver for Alma. Alma High School hit 2 threes courtesy of Connor Lemerand in 8 seconds last night. This was close to the same thing from Ansara over 2 possessions. Now a steal by Pelham. Adrian to try to get it to single digits. In, up, and fouled by Williamson. Williamson thought he actually managed to get all of the ball, and he might have, but it'll be 2 at the line for Pelham. I think that's a situation where just the way that Pelham is going, you expect there is no way that he's not making a basket without being fouled. If Williamson managed to just reach back and get the ball, whistle's still probably going to blow. Regardless, Adrian with a nice little surge here, but Pelham misses on the first free throw. Now 2 for 3 from the line tonight.
Yeah, it is a great surge right now.
And the second one good. That cuts it to 10. Alma had it at 17 less than a minute ago. Still 7:30 to play. Gabe Bordeaux for the Scots. Rake calling for it in the post. Alma so far hasn't been able to find him. Now Bordeaux gets it in there. Right to his left, tied up by Paul. They come with that double team very quickly, and Paul gets the jump ball. And this time it is Adrian possession on the arrow. Paul's done a nice job of sneaking around out of that double team right when the post entry comes. Scots by 10, Adrian in the midst of a 7-0 run. Javion Price to Ansara, who hit a pair of triples. Inside now, Pelham. That one's blocked cleanly by Bordeaux, but Pelham gets it back, and Bordeaux's going to wish he didn't block the first one because the second one's good and a foul.
Big run coming from Adrian here.
10 for Pelham, chance for number 11. Second foul on Bordeaux. It's been a game of runs. Adrian was up 12 in the first half. Scots ran off a huge run of 26-4 going into the break. Led by 10, they've stretched that as far as 17, now down to 7 as Pelham hits the free throw. Break to Williamson for Alma. Down low, looking for Rake, and it's off Brandon's fingertips. And a little bit of frustration down there as Alma continues to misfire.
Alma starting to turn it over again, 17 turnovers, and that's when Adrian's gone on the runs.
Alma's season average is 16.9, but that's for a full game. There's still almost 7 minutes left in this one. Alma's forced 15 Adrian turnovers, so squad's about even in that department, but it's been on a bit of a seesaw as Alma turned it over 7 times very early, then quieted it down, and then a lot of them here in the second half. Price off the dribble to the right baseline. Floater no, gets his own rebound, put back. That won't fall either. And Cliver says enough. Pulls down the second board.
It's 3 straight possessions with a turnover for Alma. See what they do here.
Cliver make it 4. Cliver rifled a pass low to Rake. Cliver sort of demonstrating for Rake, you know, get your hands there, but everybody knows how to do it at this point.
Yeah, Scott's not playing within themselves.
A little too aggressive, a little bit sped up, as coaches like to say. Jalen Paul drives in, passes it back out to Larson. Elma's done a better job against him in the second half after a 7-point first half. Pelham against Bordeaux, tries to back it down, spins right and lays it up and in. Is it time for Alma to think about a timeout here? The lead down to 5. Adrian within 5 in the midst of a huge run.
All over the place. Whichever team gets hot last is probably going to be the winner.
Starting to look that way. Adrian has been successful in the last 4 or 5 minutes in keeping Brandon Rake off the glass. He had 13 rebounds a while ago and still there now. Alma with the ball. Bordeaux going very poorly all of a sudden. Bounce down low to Pelham, who's trying to take the game over for Adrian. Gets a foul call from behind. From
Got bopped in the face. That is Price, 4.
Alma back up by 5 once again. More Pearson, diamond out.
Scott's been having trouble getting stops all of a sudden now, though.
Meeting next week. Second free throw also up and in. 70-67, Alma back up by 3. Price to Larson, loops out of the corner, spins in the lane, fires front of the rim, and good. Andrew Larson's first bucket of the second half again closes Adrian within a point. 15 points again. Whiteside wants an answer at the Alma end. This one in and out, no good. Ansara gets the rebound. Crosses over. Remember, Price plays on with 4 fouls. Goes to his left, speeds past Moore Pierce into the lane. Layup this time won't go, gets his own rebound. Trying to back out of traffic, kicks it out to Larson. Larson back into the lane. The C's part of the layup's good. Adrian leads.
Great move by Larson.
Larson to double figures, 74-72. Tim Kaiser on his feet in front of the Adrian bench. Ryan Clark imploring the Scots to find the magic they had earlier. Inside, Cliver ties things up. 28 for Cliver, a new season high. Cliver went over 34 times as a sophomore as Paul drives past Moore Pierce, and Moore Pierce has to foul. Means Jalen Paul to the line for 1-1. .127 to play.
Paul is not a good foul shooter.
Only 43% on the season.
You don't see guards at that number very often.
First one good here, though, after a trip around. Some stellar numbers in high school in Indiana for this young man. 1,600 career points, had a 19-assist game, 218 assists in a season, but only 1 for 2 at the line on this trip. Adrian by 1, 75-74. Alma calls timeout, 1:21 to play, a full timeout. We'll be back right after this. Adrian 75, Alma 74. Less than a minute and a half to play here in a back and forth game if you've ever seen one. Alma's led by as many as 17, Adrian led by 12 in the first half. Adrian most recently has come storming back from a 64-47 deficit. 1:21 to play, Alma basketball down by 1. Cole Cliver working on a 28-point night on his final home game, or in his final home game as a senior. Cliver to Landon Moore-Pierce. They'll loop it to Diamond. Flash it out top to Rake. Now Cliver looking down low, finds Whiteside instead. Back to Cliver, 1:09 in the game, 12 on the shot clock. Cliver to the baseline, stripped by Pelham out of bounds. Alma will have 10 to play with on the shot clock here. Cliver on the C and Scott. Looking to get it in, lobs to Rake. Rake one dribble, kicks it all the way out to Whiteside. Shot clock down to 5. Whiteside gonna try to drive, gets all the way to the rack and lays it in. 12 for Whiteside, and then a whistle. Do we have a timeout call? What happened here? Something. Explanation being given to the Albion bench. I think Alma called timeout before the ball was inbounded. So we'll stay put here with Alma now up 1, 76-75, 58 seconds to play.
Well, if you're the Scots, you've got to defend strongly here. Adrian has gone inside almost primarily the last 5 minutes or so and done it with great success.
Almost exclusively off the dribble,
yep.
Though.
That's been Price, it's been Pelham, Larson's gone through.
Yep, those three. This all started with Ansara's back-to-back triples that cut it from 17 to 11. That's what got the ball rolling in Adrian's direction.
It started with outside play, and it's ended with inside.
And basically, Alma didn't kind of wake up offensively until Adrian got all the way back. Then it's been a dogfight for the last 3 minutes or so. Minor adjustment to the clock, 59 seconds will be the official number. And Sara inbounds, no pressure from the Scots. We'll see what Adrian wants to do. They will probably be looking for a 2-for-1 on the shot clock, which will happen almost automatically with about a 28-second differential. Inside, spinning Pelham against Bordeaux, kicks it all the way back out to Paul with 45 seconds to play. Alma by 1, Adrian with the ball. Price working to his right, crosses over Whiteside. Ball knocked loose, stolen by Rake. A huge stop for Alma. Now Adrian will probably defend with a 7-second differential.
Yep, I would defend if I were Adrian here.
76-75, 26 seconds and counting in the ballgame. 16 on the shot clock as Cliver dribbles well out near half court. Alma by 1. Shot clock at 10. Cliver to his right, speeds down the lane, pull up, off balance jumper. Oh my gracious, it's 30 for Cliver. The clock stops with 12.4 on an Alma timeout.
Oh, what a shot by Cole Cliver, creating his own offense.
You know, Cliver has not had that magical game yet this year that we've seen in the end of the game against Hope, the 36-point career high against Trine. All those 30-point games as a sophomore when he went bananas. Here it is tonight with 30 captured with that fall-away jumper that is going to be everybody's memory of Cole Cliver as an Alma basketball player.
It's interesting because Ryan Clark was just watching the shot clock and waiting and waiting.
12 seconds remain in the game. 12.4 is the number. Alma called the timeout. They are now out of timeouts. Adrian has 2. Alma in a situation, this is always the debate, do you ever consider fouling here? 12 seconds is too much.
Yeah, 12 is too much.
But if Adrian allows 5 or 6 to run off, then you can start to think about it.
I'll tell you what, that shot from Cliver was something else, though. It was always going to be him. Ryan Clark just watching that shot clock, watching. Cliver started to go once, and Clark put the hand down and said, no, not yet. And then you just saw him say, go. And it worked out well.
30 for Cliver, 15 for Rake, 12 for Whiteside. Alma by 3, 78-75. 12.4 seconds to go. Adrian to inbound under Alma's basket. So Adrian has to go the length of the floor. Bordeaux, Cliver, Rake, Whiteside, and more Pierce for Alma.
You want to put token pressure on here, and that's what the Scots will do.
And Sara to inbound. They'll have Watkins along with Price, Pelham, and Larson on the floor. 12.4 left in this one. Watkins brings it up, crosses half court with 10, bounces it to Price, handed back to Watkins with 8. Now to the right, Alma turns up the pressure. Price with 5, leaning into a 3. Short on that one, rebound, Cliver. Clock running, they can't get a foul. The whistle blows too late. The game is over, the Scots have won.
What a finish to this one. A great defensive stand by the Scots. Not a great look from Price. Not a bad one either, but not what they wanted, certainly. And a huge win for the Alma Scots.
Yeah, exactly. It's the type of look that you don't mind getting in the final 12 seconds. You wouldn't want to take that shot with 5 minutes left in a game, and that's credit to the Scots defense.